Welcome back to another episode of the Almost Tipsy Vegan. Today we're going to be making an Italian but Americanized dish. So we've started out, we've diced up 3 small to medium potatoes. They're peeled and they've been soaking in water. We've diced up 1 eggplant and my wife's saying half, but it's a very, very large eggplant. So depending on the size, it can be, but it's a lot of eggplant. So we're going to do that. Now we're going to drizzle all of it with olive oil, a good coating of olive oil. Okay, we're going to put it on the cooking sheet too. I'm going to put some olive oil on here. Okay, so we'll get the olive oil out of the way. Now we're going to put some salt on here, drizzle it with salt. Okay, now we're going to put some black pepper, a little bit of black pepper on there. Black pepper goes on everything. And we're going to put some oregano, or if y'all call it oregano, or whatever you want to call it. We're putting some of that on there. And we're baking this right now. And then you'll see later on what else we're doing to make this really, really good. And this is just no salt seasoning here. We're putting on. And what I'm going to do now is just toss this. Make sure it all gets pretty well coated. And then we're going to put it on this cookie sheet here. And put it in the oven and cook it. We got the oven set. It's warming up now to 375 degrees. I do not know what that is over for Europe and everything, but 375. So here it is. You see everything's coated now. We're going to just pour this on the dish. I'm going to spray this around just a little bit with a spoon. Just get it all on there. Okay, and then we're just going to pour it on this dish and spread it around. Make sure everything is coated properly. So spread it out, and again we're going to put it in the oven at 375, and we'll show it to you when we bring it out of the oven. Okay, welcome back. These eggplants and potatoes were sprinkled again with olive oil, salt, and pepper. They cooked at 375 degrees in the oven for about an hour and 15 minutes. I let them cool. And what I've done is I prepped it. I'm going to actually do the cooking of the dish tomorrow. So you do it in stages. It makes it a lot easier for you, and it'll be a lot quicker tomorrow. So if you have anything else in the oven, put them in there and plan your meals properly, and it's a whole lot easier. So I will show you the dish tomorrow. Welcome back. Remember yesterday I cooked it's a half of a very, very, very large eggplant. It would be the equivalent to a medium whole eggplant, and 3 medium potatoes. It was cooked, y'all saw that. So now then, I got the pan hot right now, and I'm going to put half of a white onion in here. I got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan getting hot, and it's just getting hot now. And I'm putting, it was 2 very, very, very small stalks of celery and a little bit of the tops on there. Just a little bit of celery. You can see about how much it is. And we're going to let that cook just for a second. Okay, so and while that's cooking, let me get a spatula thing. Let it cook for a second. I'm also going to add, let's see, get this out of the way. we're going to add, this is 2 medium tomatoes diced up. So we're going to put this in here, 2 medium tomatoes. We'll put it in right now. And they'll be cooking together, like that. And we're going to add the other ingredients in a few minutes, but I wanted to get this cooking really good first. Okay, so let this start cooking. This is a really, once you get that in the oven cooked, and you can plan that out, it's really not that long of, it's an easy meal. It's kind of time consuming, but it's going to be well worth it. But it doesn't take that long. It's not a 30-minute meal by any means. Okay, now then I'm going to add about half of a can. This is a 6-ounce can. So I'm going to say maybe 3 ounces of tomato paste. So probably half a can of that. Okay, and let that all cook together. And stir that around, get all the flavors in there. Now then, while it's cooking, we're going to add, this is 1 can of garbanzo beans. It's a can. They were rinsed and drained. We're going to put them in there. Then we're going to start cooking. Okay. And they cook together. Now then, we're going to add a little bit of wine. And you know, if we're cooking on the show, we're drinking. And this is a Sauvignon Blanc. So we're going to drink some of this. That's a dry wine. I love a dry wine. Now then, what we're going to do is pour some of it here in this cup. Probably about 3-4 ounces, probably 3 ounces. And we're going to put just a little bit of agave nectar in here. That's going to balance out some of the other flavors. Maybe about a small teaspoon of agave nectar. And we're going to put this in here, just like that. So it needs a little bit of liquid in there to cook. I mean, the tomatoes are cooking out good, really well. Now then, we're going to add the garlic. That was 2 cloves of garlic. Put this in there. That's 2 cloves of garlic. And we're going to stir it around again. And let it cook. We're gradually adding our ingredients. Let them always meld together. Okay. Now then, we're going to add a little bit of ground black pepper. Because black pepper goes in almost everything I cook. And we're going to be very, very light on the salt because we're fixing to add some olives. And olives are very, very salty. So just a very little sprinkling of salt, not much at all. And then we're going to add just a little bit of turmeric, just for health purposes. So just a very little bit of turmeric, just maybe not about a quarter of a teaspoon. And we're going to add, this is oregano or oregano, however y'all want to say it. Just probably maybe a teaspoon. This is dried, so of course it hasn't got as much flavor as the real stuff. Okay, now then, oh, that smells good. It smells so good. Now then, I'm going to add, that's probably a half of a cup of diced up black and green olives. Okay, this is really the star of the show. The olive just makes it so good. And we're also going to go ahead and add probably about a tablespoon of fresh mint. Okay, and just so y'all know, the tomatoes came from our small little garden. The mint came from our garden. That may be it. I can't remember anything else. Might have been something else. So we're going to stir this around, just like this. Now then, we're going to add the potatoes and the eggplant, which was cooked yesterday. I'm going to add it in here. Because again, we want all the flavors to get on everything. We're going to stir this around, like that. And just for funs and giggles, it needs a little bit more liquid. So we're going to put a little bit of wine on here, just a little bit more wine, and let that cook. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to add 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary. This came from our garden too. I'm going to put this on here, and we're going to cover it up, and we're going to let it cook for probably 20 to 30 minutes. And I'll come by and stir it occasionally to make sure everything is not sticking and everything. So we'll see y'all in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. This has been cooking now for about 25 minutes. And just to be transparent for y'all, while it was cooking, I cut a watermelon. So anyway, when you take the top off, it's very hot. And you see the steam coming up. It is hot. Get this out of the way. And remember I put the rosemary in there. We're going to pick the olives off first. It didn't have any, we don't want to waste any olives at all. We're going to just throw it away. 2 sprigs in there. We don't want to eat that. We want it just for flavoring. Now I do love rosemary in my green tea. I love that. It's really good. So if y'all haven't tried that, give it a shot. Okay, so I've got some red rice, pink rice, whatever you want. You can eat it on noodles. You can eat it with bread. You can eat it as a snack. But let's see what it tastes like. You may not want to eat it at all. So we're just going to try it and see. Okay, let's see what it tastes like. It's very, very hot. Very hot. Very, very hot. That is delicious. You get the texture of the eggplant, the olives coming through, the rosemary is coming through, the mint's coming through. This may be one of the best things I've ever cooked. And I'm just saying, so if y'all try my other dishes, you'll like this, try it. Please try it. It's really, really good. I'm the Almost Tipsy Vegan. Y'all enjoy, and thanks for watching.